That's right, another fidget spinner video, but at least it's another knife. So, the video is on this one right here. This is brand new to me, used it a little bit today, and just want to do a quick video on it. As far as these fidget spinner knives, I'm not going extensively into usage of their blades. This one happens to be in an AUS 8, alright, but I already have some definite differences between these two from Noble Spin, this one being the Savant, and that one being the Evo. So what I want to do here is compare this Meteorite fidget spinner knife directly against the Evo and the Savant from Noble Spin. Biggest reason? It's my only competition. It's my only reference. I don't have any other fidget spinner knives, but because these knives are similar in that they're both fidget spinner knives, but they're very different in their designs, it's a good comparison, okay? And I do feel this kind of falls right in the middle of both of them. So all three of these are liner locks. Now the Evo has a thumb stud to open it, and there's a very, very hard detent in this, okay? So it's very difficult, I shouldn't say super difficult, but it is more difficult to open this with the thumb stud. It is a little bit painful, as you can see that divot in my thumb, just because you have to overcome that very hard detent. The reason being, obviously, is that when you're spinning this thing, you don't want the centrifugal force to shoot the blade open and cut you. So it's purposeful, it's not by accident. Now this one is in 440C, and it sells for 40 bucks. Okay, so keep that in mind, 440C, 40 bucks. If we switch over to the other end of the spectrum here, the Savant, this one is a flipper, okay, which is nice, right? Besides that, we have an upgrade to D2 and titanium, okay? These sell for $90. This one is a little bit easier to pop out, but that is because there is a safety on the back. So when you're ready to flip this thing, you can lock that blade down so it is not going to open no matter what. So when you're spinning it, there's no fear of accidentally cutting yourself, right? So that's pretty cool, right? I like the fact that it's a flipper. I love the steel upgrade and the titanium upgrade. I mean, that's a big deal. For $90, I do think the Savant is very much worth twice the price as the Evo, you know? Now, we're right in the middle here with this one. Again, the Meteorite, this one comes in AUS 8, all right? It is a little bit thinner, which is very nice, okay? It is a little bit lighter and it's a little bit longer, directly compared to the Savant. These, as far as sizes, are almost identical. So if I take the safety off, pop this thing back open and do a side-by-side, you can see that the Meteorite is slimmer, which is nice. It's lighter because of that. I mean, this is very heavy in comparison. The weight on this one's 4.1 ounces. I don't know offhand what the Savant is, but it's got to be pushing 6 at least. It's very heavy and chunky. All right, so a little bit longer blade, just a hair, a little bit longer overall. The handle's a little bit longer. All right, our blade on this one is 2.4 inches and 3.2 inches closed, making it 5.6 inches in the open position. All right, as far as the flippers go, this one is actually a little bit easier to flip. Let me close this so you can look at the flipper design. Okay, you can see they're pretty similar, and they're both triangular. This one is more centered, whereas this one's kind of flat on top and then angles down. This one seems more pointy, you know, than this. This one seems like it's more comfortable, but it has a lighter detent. So when I have to just be purposeful to figure and create some pressure inward before I go down to get that to flip. But sometimes I do one of these, you know, just because it's so light, as I'm resting my finger and trying to build up that tension, it pops out a little. Now with the Meteorite one, I don't have that issue. As I'm loading up, you know, pressure on here, the detent's strong enough where it doesn't want to accidentally, you know, come out. As soon as it pops, it has enough force to swing out all the way, which is very nice. All right, so thinner, lighter, longer, also a little bit cheaper, but you know, AUS, we have aluminum scales here, which you can see the ridge pattern, which is pretty cool. Gives it some texture. All right, stainless liners on this. Lockup is perfect. This one has a pocket clip. Obviously those don't have pocket clips. This is a really, really cool addition. However, in carrying this thing, I can tell you that it is very easy to pull it out of the pocket, not as easy to put in the pocket. And you can clearly see there's just a very small space in between this raised button and the small pocket clip. So, pulling it out, no big deal. Just grab the knife, pull it out, right? But to put it in, I have to do one of these numbers, kind of like I do on some cold steel knives with the very stiff clips. All right, so I have to get my fingernail, okay, put it just in the tip of the clip there, just so I can assist in pulling this up when I'm pushing down into the pocket. Now, I did not carry this in any kind of denim pants. I carried it in 3 or 4 different types of pants just to try it out. but they're all pretty much cargos. Okay, they're slight different thicknesses. Works totally fine with basketball shorts and thinner material like that. But I would imagine if you had denim jeans or a thicker type pants material, maybe even corduroy or something similar, it would be a little bit more difficult to get that pocket clip in. But once you get used to it, I mean, it's a flat bottom here, so you just, again, you're holding a knife like this. If my hand or my finger right here is the pants material, as you're pushing it in, you just give that a little lift at the last second, just to grab at the very tip. And then once you get it under there, even if it's a tiny bit, then it slides right in. It's not a problem. But yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of difficulty in using that pocket clip. Hopefully you could see the little holes on this side. So it is swappable. If you were to take this apart, you can see the hardware here. You can swap the clip to the other side, which is nice. So it is a tip up right side carry as you get it, but you can swap it to left side if you are a lefty or prefer it in your left pocket. As far as like the spinning capability, the Savant and the Evo do spin a little bit longer than this one. I don't know exact spin times, but just in playing around with it, tiny bit longer spin time. So it kind of comes down to preference here. Like I said, 40 bucks, 90 bucks, right in the middle at 60. 440C and D2, AUS 8. You know, flipper, pocket clip, flipper with a safety. So that's the bonus with that one. Flipper has a safety on there. Now, because there's no safety in this one, right, I want to give you a demo to show you this. If I were to flip it like this, as hard as I can, that's going to put pressure this way, right? It's swinging around this way, which is how the blade comes out, right? So as hard as I can flick that thing, the blade does not want to come out. All right, so again, my first issue, or worry I should say, not issue, because it wasn't an issue, but my first concern was, is that blade going to come swinging out if I really, rip down on that thing? And it doesn't. The D10 is strong enough where it's not going to come out while spinning this, obviously in either direction. So that's not a problem at all. And the last thing to note here is, again, the fact that we have our hardware that's accessible here. All right, so you can take this thing apart, again, to swap the pocket clip, but more importantly on the inside, to tighten these buttons if they ever get loose. You know what I mean? Because there's no way to tighten those up. I don't have a problem with the Savant or the Evo. However, on the Evo you can see the exposed hardware. If I need to take that apart, I certainly could. But on the Savant, I don't know how to get this thing apart. I don't know if these plates pop off. I don't want to pry it off and just break something or mar it up or scratch it. I really don't know how this thing's assembled because I don't see any kind of exposed hardware anywhere. So if these things happen to get loose on me, I suppose you can always send it back and get a replacement, or Noble Spin would be able to take it apart. But I'm curious, if you have one of these Savants, have you taken yours apart? Because I have no idea where to start. But in playing with both of these, because it compares more to this one than it does this one, having the flipper, having the textured scales and stuff, it's preference. This one has the safety, but it's way heavier. This is lighter, still a flipper, but it has the pocket clip, which is a nice addition. But again, a little bit longer, a little bit lighter. So for a lot of people, they may prefer this one over the Savant. But I say, hey, if you can have them all, have them all. But I'm here to tell you that they spin, right? They cut. They are functional knives at the end of the day. Here's a little box that came with it. Nothing, no frills. Just says Meteorite Fidget Spinner knife, right? That's pretty much it. No paperwork or anything with that. Pretty simple. But I want to bring this video to you, to anyone who is interested in these. I got a lot of good response when I did the videos on the Noble Spin Fidget Spinner knives. And the creator had asked me if I want to try it. I said, yeah, sure. You can send one down, I'll try it. And I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I do like that it's much thinner. I mean, one of my only complaints with these when I was playing around with them is the fact that it is so heavy and so chunky. You know what I mean? But these do spin a little bit better. Maybe that extra weight gives it better spin. But I would imagine the people who are actually spinning these things, you're probably using that knife quite a bit too. So as a dedicated fidget spinner, the novelty obviously is the fact that it's a knife too. You know what I mean? If you're going for spin times and stuff like that, if you're competitive in that manner, you're probably just getting other high-end fidget spinners, period. The fact there's a knife in there, it throws off balance and stuff like that too. So it's not going to have as long as a spin time as some of the other, branded high-end fidget spinners. But anyway, that's all. I'm just here to tell you that it does work. It does cut stuff. It is, if you took these buttons off, that's really what it comes down to. If you took these buttons off and it's not a fidget spinner, just as a knife by itself, pretty darn cool, right? It's a nice little pocket knife. All right, for 60 bucks, well, just as a knife, it doesn't compete with some stuff out there. However, it does compete very nicely with the fidget spinner knife market, which of course is very limited. There's not a lot of options out there if you want a fidget spinner with a blade in it, and this one does work. It does have nice fit and finish and everything, so pretty cool. Just the addition of the pocket clip, I think that alone would make a lot of people interested. But let me know your opinions. Let me know your comments down below. Love to read them. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you happen to have this one, let me know your experience in the comment section. So, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.